I think I'm ready. Hello out there in internet land. I'm David.
And I'm Joy.
And this is American in the Philippines, a channel Joy started a long time ago. Today's video idea just kind of came to me. 3 years, May. So we're in May. This is my 3 years of being here. So it kind of came to me as an idea, lessons learned. Stuff I can share with you that I would do differently if we started over again. So I wrote down some notes. Please do comment with stuff that you think would be good advice for fellow expats getting ready to come. Lessons learned from you guys. I've got time here too. And I'm sure Joy will chime in with some stuff along the way. Yes?
Yes.
Of course. Of course she will. But first, we always start out with
Subscribers. I don't know how much subscribers. 3,017 this morning.
Yeah, I think it's like in the teens. It keeps bouncing back. So last video we asked you guys, we were like 10 away from 3,000. We're like, go ahead, click that subscribe button, get us over 3,000. And you did. We're like 15, 16 over 3,000 now. It like took off right after that video. So we really do appreciate it. We know that you guys watching is the reason our channel exists. But if you are watching and you're not subscribed, please do click that subscribe button. Painless, free of charge, easy peasy. If you like the videos or find some information useful, please give us a thumbs up like. And if you are subscribed, think about clicking that bell notification. Will let you know when we put out our videos. Give you a heads up. So today's video idea, I already told you, is the lessons learned kind of stuff. Give you some pointers from things we would do differently probably. So I wrote notes, obviously, because 3 years is a lot to go through. First up for me would have been doing rentals and investigate the areas. So there's so many areas here. We just kind of fell into this area because Joy had land here. And obviously free land saves you a lot of money. It probably saved us, would have been double the price.
Yeah.
So you can easily spend 1 million pesos on land just trying to get 1,000 square meters. We didn't have to spend money on land. We spent 1,000 pesos to build our house. If you haven't seen the video, go back and look. We give you a house tour and we tell you about the prices to build our house. But if I had to do it again, I would have liked to have seen the different areas. So I know that I like BGC Makati area because we've spent some time up there. But I haven't seen Cebu, Davao, Bacolod, Tagaytay, Iloilo, or Baguio. These are all talked about retirement havens here in the Philippines that a lot of YouTubers and a lot of expats like to live in. So I've never got to experience them. And a lot of people, when they first come, especially single people exploring the Philippines, they like to do rentals and then bounce around to these different areas to see what area they like the best, which is a great idea. Find out where you want to be first before you settle down. For us, Gabby's in school. Like I said, Joy already had the land, so it kind of made sense. We had to settle down quick, get Gabby back into school. So for us, this is the way it worked out. But if I had to do it again, if I could, maybe bouncing around with some rentals, try to find the ideal spot for us. And Joy has promised me when I hit Social Security age.
Yeah, we're gonna move to the city, BGC.
Yeah, Gabby will be out of college and we're gonna find a condo, take that extra Social Security money and rent a condo. Who knows, I might hate it when we get up there, I don't know. But Makati or BGC, somewhere up there when I'm Social Security age. So we'll see how that goes. Next up, tips and tricks from 3 years here. Summertime, the power system can't maintain in some areas.
Yeah.
So while you're exploring, make sure this is one of the things you explore. There's a lot of areas in the Philippines that the power can't keep up with all the houses and all of the requirements of people that are already drawing on the power. We live in one of those areas. Our power every summer goes way down. Like,
yeah, because it's a lot of electricity demand.
Yeah, everybody's turning on their aircon.
Aircon.
It's very hot. You have to use your aircon during the day. Our aircon's on right now. It's 9 in the morning, 10 in the morning. So it's something to know, though. You need to know that. So our power that first summer when we noticed, went down to like 170 volts. It's supposed to be at 220. And we were getting errors on our air cons. So it's very hard on your stuff, and you're spending all this money on your electronics. You don't want to ruin it by having bad power. Some areas in the Philippines have regular scheduled power outages.
Yeah.
So you've probably seen this if you've watched vloggers in Dumaguete area. It's 3 or 4 power outages a month, scheduled. That doesn't include the ones that just happen. And the scheduled ones usually last all day, 12 hours, 6 in the morning, 6 at night. So
For
it's
the
something,
maintenance. They call it maintenance.
you need to know that before you go in. You need to figure out if your area is one of those areas. Some of the bigger cities have really bad traffic issues, and the infrastructure wasn't built up for the city to grow that fast and have that many vehicles. Manila pops to mind.
Yeah.
If you're trying to travel around in Manila, 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers can take you hour and a half because traffic's so
Especially
bad.
when you use the EDSA road.
Yeah, EDSA is incredible.
Super traffic.
And hopefully you guys can't hear the birds. The birds are driving us nuts right now. They keep doing their chirpy at our windows. Next up, tips for 3 years here. Do not do it like we did and buy a vehicle at the mall.
Yeah.
Drive a little bit of an extra distance to an actual dealership. So we don't have any dealerships in our area, but 2.5 hours away in Naga, there are plenty of dealerships. And we could have got our MG or any other vehicle at Naga 2.5 hours away. So we went through the mall route, and it led to a lot of headaches. You can watch our transportation video, and you'll hear all about it. But that's just a heads up. Don't buy them in the mall. Just find a dealership.
And one of your regret is buying a sedan compared to a truck.
Well,
because
if I could do it differently, maybe trucks cost more money.
yeah,
we got our car for $12,000 American, which is incredible.
But
so
truck
I don't know.
is good for the bad road.
Yeah, but we really haven't ran into any problems where we haven't been able to get somewhere in our car. It's worked out okay. Yeah, I would have liked to have got a truck. That's just kind of my dream. Having a truck's nice. But our sedans worked fine. Next up, furniture. So furniture here, the normal furniture is upholstery wrapped around a wood box. You need to know that. So look out for the furniture that has actual cushions. A lot of them make the stitching look like it has cushions, but it doesn't. It's just a box. So we've had our furniture for 3 years now, and it's starting to come apart. The boxes are starting to get uncomfortable. The stitching is coming undone. You start falling down into the box. So definitely look out for the furniture that's got cushions. Mandawi Foam is a big company here. They use, and they're fancier furniture. They've actually got the cushions. Our SM mall here locally gets couches with actual cushions occasionally.
Yeah, but not really.
Not a lot, but the prices aren't bad. It's a sectional like we've got for like 20,000 pesos, which is $375. Not too bad. But heads up, keep an eye out for the ones with cushions. The beds. So traditional beds here are just solid wood platforms, and then they put foam mat on top. So Americans, Westerners, it's not going to be comfortable for you. You're going to get back aches, side aches, bone aches, because you're not used to it, like Filipinos. So I would highly recommend looking for good mattresses when you get here if you're looking for your bed mattresses. We've done some modifications to our beds because I get pains in my hips sleeping. Next up, find good workers in any field. You need to find the good ones and then hold on to them. So Binoy and Ping Pong, they're kind of like almost like family. Tatay's used them so long helping them in the farm that they've kind of become family, or thought of as family. And he's a really great worker doing manual labor type stuff. Construction even. We're going to have them work on our fence when we start on the fence. But they painted our roof recently, redid the roof because it was starting to get rusty. And they do an excellent job, and they're good workers. But when you find those good workers, when you find the good car mechanic hold on to them. Make sure you keep their phone number. Make sure you know.
Yeah, our electrician.
Yeah, even so, like we had a lineman come from Canareco recently and did an adjustment on our transformer because the summertime, the power's going down, so the transformer needed to get bumped up a little bit. But he said, hey, use my phone number. If you ever need anything, just give me a call, which comes in handy. So if a fuse blows or something, we can just call the lineman and we know he's a good guy. Next up, private hospitals over public hospitals. This seems like it would make sense anyway, but the private hospitals, especially out in the provinces, are the ones that have better equipment and are more accessible. So public hospitals here are free. So a lot of the people just go to the public hospitals and it gets very, very crowded. So that's where you'll see the beds in the hallway, people waiting out in the waiting area outside the hospital.
Give birth in the hallway.
Yeah, very not good conditions. And the private hospitals are still inexpensive. So I did a video on it too, a visit to a private hospital when we weren't feeling good. And I don't remember what the price was, 1,000 pesos, something.
Yeah, it's like 1,600.
It's not much to go to a hospital here.
Including the beds.
If you're curious about it, go back and look for our video on visiting a private hospital. We went for sick, got medicine, saw the doctor, and it wasn't much money.
When the time that we confine you in a private hospital, it is, how much is it?
Confine you. Confine sounds like you're being locked up in a jail. It's actually being admitted. For people that are in the West, you'll know it as being admitted to the hospital.
Yeah, admitted to the hospital for how many days? 4 days?
Yeah, 4 days.
3 days, and how much? 30 something?
Yeah.
30,000.
30,000. About 600.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad. Transportation options. This is something to keep an eye out for when you're trying to pick a spot. So now we've got a governor that's finally going to hopefully remodel our airport and actually get an airport running here. It doesn't mean we'll have an airline, so hopefully we get an airline in here too. So I can actually travel back and forth to Manila in an hour. Makes it a lot easier than a 9-10 hour drive. So when I first got here, we're used to traveling in America by car, and I didn't mind taking drives everywhere. But after a while, the bad driving of other people, the potholes, everything starts to wear on you. And you don't really want to do a 9-10 hour drive to Manila. And you don't want to take a 12-hour bus ride to Manila in an uncomfortable bus. So keep an eye out or make it one of your priorities. Make sure your area has an airport or a ferry. So some of the cities have bigger ports and you can catch the roll-on, roll-off ferries, bring your vehicle with you, or just the people ferries. Some of them have very nice suites, bedrooms that you can stay in, travel all the way to Manila from wherever you're at or to another city. So keep that in mind. And the final one that I wrote down, private school over public school. So this was a lesson learned for us. We were originally, Gabby was in public school here locally, and he had 42.
Yeah, for 2 years he go to a public school, but when he's elementary, he's in a private school.
But he had 42 classmates in his class, and it seemed like every time we went to teacher orientation, it was all negative, 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 negative.
Yeah.
Kids are bad, kids are bad, kids are bad. We need to fix the bathroom. We need some fans. We need this. We need that. Please donate. Please donate. The kids are bad. The kids are bad. The kids are bad. So we didn't learn anything about Gabby because we just heard about all the bad kids. And obviously, if you're a teacher and your class has 42 kids, you're going to notice the bad kids because that's the ones that are driving you nuts. And you got 42 kids. So we wanted Gabby to have a better education. We wanted him to be able to talk to a teacher and not have to fight his way through 42 kids to talk to a teacher and ask a question. The private school he's in now, his 10th grade class that he just finished was
12
students. Kids. 12 kids to a classroom. So that is much better for us. Not to mention he has air conditioning in his classrooms. The other classroom, it was just open the windows, mosquitoes and hot weather. So much better in private school. That's something, I don't know, if you have kids, don't have kids, that's something you'll have to make up your own mind on. But a recommendation, a lesson learned for us was definitely a private school over public school. Much better situation. And we're glad that we did it, and we're sticking with it. And he'll be going into 11th grade in private school.
And he has a free tuition fee this
Yeah,
year.
the government has actually given 11th and 12th graders free private school.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Tuition.
kind of free. We got to pay 3,500 pesos
Yeah.
as a top up, but that's not much money. So that is some of our lessons learned. That's just notes that I wrote down. And we hope it helps. If you're thinking about coming out here, that's some of the ideas that we can give you. We're not going to tell you how to live your life. Everybody lives their life a little bit different. We're just giving you some of the lessons learned that we've experienced in 3 years being here. Right?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So we'll see you again on the next one. And until then, baboosh. Bye-bye.